Alright, so let's go ahead and get prepared for the worst case scenario or major crash environment right now. It's very simple. You're just gonna first of all draw your bases in the big 1 hour charts. Easy to see. And since we just had a little bounce right here, this is a base. And you know, it might make it up here, but that's definitely a good base. So I'm gonna sort of come down here, zoom in a little bit, and then just start putting orders at 60, 55, and 50. I'm expecting it'll probably drop something like that. Very possible next day or two. So I just put $5 orders here. These are more like alerts for me, okay? I'm only working on the highest volume coins to make sure that things are nice. Now, obviously, for LTC, you know, we could do something similar. Already got a bunch of lines here. Just cut this out. So obviously, this is our base, and I'll be putting in orders at like 110, 190, 180, 100, 190, and 180. So let's just do that, 100. And I'm only trying to put in $5 because again, it's more of like an alert for me. Sure, I'll do that because I'm expecting a bounce to back to like. Actually, I'm only expecting a bounce back to 100 if we do this, but you know, 105 is probably a decent choice. We do have a base right here that we can sort of consider, but remember, even if we do buy in right here, we're probably not going to get a good bounce back to that base. It's probably just going to, you know, dead bounce. I'm going to skip LTC for now because I don't like the way that it works. Alright, we're going to take a look at EOS. And here's the new base. So we're going to zoom in here. And let's put in some orders at 6.5, 6, 5.5. You can consider that 5 mark. So 6.5. Boom. 6. Boom. And again, these are more just like alerts. And if some of them start going off and stuff, you know, I'll basically be alerted. It's also just to kind of remind me how far this could go, right? Like, it could easily drop down there. In fact, we're going to layer out 4 layers even on Ethereum here. So let's aim for 450. So we basically want to reserve a little bit of capital to be able to buy in at these points. And you only want to put in like a little bit at the first point. Just a little tiny bit because, you know, you might get a little bounce. Sell on that bounce, right? Take the profit and then just wait. Wait for it to crack even further, you know? I mean, there's not too much you can do about this. So here's the BCH. And Bitcoin Cash. I don't think I could trade this very well. Can I put a $5 order in? I don't think so. Alright, let's just forget about that one. So Ripple. We do have a new base right here. In fact, you can even call that one sort of the base over there. Let's look at the volume we have here. That one didn't matter too much. This is the real base right here. So that's our line. Now we can sort of zoom in a little bit and we can go for the 6s, the 55s, and the 5s. And just, you know, just stick with these orders, right? Don't change your mind. Because if you do stuff like that, that's when you start losing money. But these are good orders. Good little places to buy. Just to kind of prepare yourself for what's really going to happen. If we do crack this base, it'll very easily just go down the drain. So here we can get 436s and 32s. 400. I'm just playing the chart, you know? Just playing the chart. 360. Here's the 5. Here's the 320. Boom. Well, $5 orders. And we'll probably stop around here. So I don't want to go too far down because I'm looking at volume coins at this point. Like, I want these bounces to be safe. So I need to work with high volume coins. So let's just draw a little line here. And we could start going for the, let's do 150, 125, 100. Yeah. 150. Because again, you want a pretty decent size. So here's the 170. And we'll aim for about there. And if we get 150s, you know, that's a pretty good amount. So 150, 125. Let's probably only go down like 2 orders. It probably won't go to the third, but just consider taking a nibble at the first one and then going medium size on the second one. If you get one steady full drop, if you have little bounces, then you have to start taking nibbles again. Okay, so here we are at Zcash. Notice we have a little bounce here. So we're just going to kind of give ourselves a couple of ideas. 260, 240, 220. How about that? 260. Boom. 240. Boom. 220. 220. Boom. Do I think it will hit these prices? No, not really. But I want them to. I want to hit these prices because if I do get these prices, I'm gonna make money, and that's what you gotta sort of realize. Like, where else could it bounce to at this point? We already have that's been bounced to. We're fine there. You know, this has been bounced to. So the only thing that we really have at this point is luck. It's either gonna, luckily, complete luck if it goes up, right? Or we continue our downtrend. So we're heavily favored towards downtrending at this point, right? Like, this looks much of a, here you can do this technical analysis nonsense, but you can draw a line here, you draw a line here. Where do you think we're gonna go, right? So you can hope, wish, pray, and want that the stock goes, that all these coins are gonna go up. But that would be luck. Going up at this point would be luck. There's no base that it needs to return to. It doesn't even need to return to this one. It's corrected this one. See? Right here. It's corrected all of its bases. It's bounced back to every single base that we've had so far in the past. So we just have to think back in the day, you know, where were we? We were here. So if we're lucky, it'll bounce back to here. But we don't, who knows? Like, it's luck, just pure luck. Anyway, so we have to prepare for the worst. We have to draw our bases in, and then we have to zoom in and like realize that this is you know, here we could do 170, 160, 150. It's very possible indeed that it will drop that far. You can draw a line here and see this drop here, and draw a line here and see this drop here. So yeah, let's do 70, 65, and 60s. 70. Boom. 65. Boom. And 60. Boom. Right. Okay. Bitcoin Gold. Now, why am I setting all these orders here? Well, like I said, it's more of like an alert, but it's also kind of reminding me how far this could drop. If I draw a line there, draw a line there. So I'm going to set in 70, 60, and 50. Right, it's at 90. Why couldn't it go to 70? Alright, 70, 60, and 50. Ba-doom. Okay. Let's try to reset to see if I can get another reading here. As you can see, when we cracked this base, man, we didn't even return to this base, dude. Like, look at how far you had to. Look at this drop, and then this bounce. Like, and then maybe we got to there. So, like, you just gotta take your profits when it goes up, you know? And, you know, try to break even if you can. See, if you put in an order here at 140, you have to average down and just go in pretty big here. And then try to break even at the 120. Take those little bounces because that's the only, no one's buying right now. Everyone's selling. So just take the little bounces and take the little profits. And as the price keeps going down and down, you can go in bigger and bigger because you are going to get a little bounce. It's going to be a little one. And that's why you need to make it pretty big as you keep going down. So here we're going to zoom in pretty big because I don't believe that Tron will go past here. I can't buy Tron though. I have problems with that. So here we're starting to get into the less well-known coins, but let's just do it. And so here we easily went from 19 to 17, so I see no reason why we can't go from 16 to 13. So let's go 15 here, and 14 here, and 13 here. Yep. Okay. And we're just about done. We'll just do a couple more. But I'm just showing you how you might want to prepare for a real bad crash. So here we've got our base, and we're going to go 30, 28, and 26. 30. I like to do $5. 28. Boop. And 26. Just aim low. You'll be safe. You'll make money on the bounce. That's it. Even here, like, hell, you know, if you were smart, you would realize this is a crack of a base. You could put in a little nibble here, and then just sell here on the bounce for what, 5% profit. That's not too bad. You put in a little $50. You're gonna make put in $100, and you can make $5. And hey, you know, you're not losing money, right? Okay, so now we have a new base here, and we just want to get a nice big crack down. So that would be splendid. So this one goes pretty well in 5s. So I'm going to consider that. Nah, let's consider 1s. So the base is here at 12. We get 11s, we can get 10s, and we can try to get 9s. 11. It's not going to get to 9, I guarantee that. But it definitely will get to 11. It'll probably get to 10. And if it gets to 9s, once it gets to 9s, that's when you start making a lot of money. Because you know it's going to get back to at least 10 or 11. And when that happens, I mean, like, that's a big 20% bounce right there. So you want this coin to just go, and then it'll just go boop, and then, you know, that's what we want. That's how we make good money here. All right, so let's just draw our base here. Now realize, this is still quite a good base. So even if we drop further, this is wave 1. We might get a wave 2, and then if we get a wave 3, I'm pretty sure you can go pretty big here. Go big on this one because we're probably going to get a bounce back to this big base. That's a big base right here. And we're not getting a good bounce back to our big base. I'm gonna zoom out here, you can see what's happening. See, so we didn't really get a full bounce to the base. So the strategy again is to, first of all, delete all this nonsense, because I want to be really clear what the strategy is. You gotta understand, the strategy is so marvelous, it's so perfect. So here we have our big base right here, right there. Now we cracked it here, so you'll be taking nibbles down, right? Nibble, right? Now you get a little bounce, okay? So break even here, sell for profit here, keep a little bit if you want, but hell, that's a good trade in its own. Boom, you're done. Next, now you draw your base here. Now it's gonna crack here. You're gonna put an order here and an order here. So let's do that. 3.5, right? $5 and $5. So there you go. We get a little crack. We get a little bit of a drop there, and now what will happen is it'll probably come back to here. So you break even here, you sell for profit here. Now you're good. Now realize this is the second wave. This was one wave, and this is two waves, right? So now, again, you got to draw your base here. This trade could be bigger sized, right? Because this drop has been two waves. So this one is a small size nibble. This one's a little bit bigger size nibble, right? Maybe let's say $100 here, $500 here. Now on the next drop down, right, you can put in like $1,000 here. You can double up every time, because at this point you're probably going to get a bounce back to here, because it comes in three waves, and these don't count as real bases. This is the real base. You see? So the further you get away from that real base, the bigger you can go with, in order to get this nice bounce. Okay. Anyway, so that's basically the strategy, and I'm going to put another down here at 2.5, and because this one could drop down to 2, I will consider that one as well. Alright, this is the strat. Hopefully you can start to understand and try to use this to your advantage. You don't want to be taking nibbles down here, right? Because like, these aren't real bases. They're just like mini bases. So on the mini bases, it didn't bounce back all the way to the real base. You know, these are not real bounces. You can't call them bases. This is the base you're working from. So when it gets down here, you're expecting a bounce to there. You know, I mean, yeah, you could sell it 4 or 5 if you want, but you're expecting a big bounce after this kind of panic. You know. So yeah, that's what we want here.